Ackerman.
Here.
Alberts.
Here.
Beckford.
Yeah.
Berger.
Here.
Cassidy.
Here.
Davidson.
Here.
Feinstein.
Present.
Heinzman.
Here.
Jenkins.
Here.
I've been out of high school for almost 15 years, and I still have total recall of my homeroom attendance. As my Latin teacher used to say, if you learn it by heart as a teenager, it'll stay with you the rest of your life.
There's a kid inside, and I have him with me always.
There's a kid inside, walking down old high school hallways.
There's a kid inside,
at a desk
in the halls,
In the showers.
There's a kid inside to this very day.
And he makes a try for the high pop fly that I fumbled one September.
And she makes a fuss over some A+ that I shouldn't still remember.
And she goes along, getting hurt,
Getting mad,
fighting fights that are over. And unless I'm strong, all my senses are carried away.
I can feel John's hand
My trembling hand.
on my old Angora sweater.
I can hear my band,
That awful band.
only now it sounds much better.
I can see the kid I used to be.
On the stage.
On the field.
On the lunch line,
I can feel him tugging at me. I can hear him say, always remember, never forget. Always remember, never forget. Always remember, never forget.
Dancing in the gym.
Always remember,
sing something dumb.
never forget.
Cheer by the crowd,
Always remember,
faces and names.
never forget who was popular and who was not. Remember the days and the loves and the hates and the games.
And when I think I forgot,
There's a kid inside, keeping track, keeping score like it's all still important. There's a kid inside, every time I think I don't care, I blink and she's there again. She's there again. Writing ancient wrongs, humming olden songs in my head. Singing, come along, come along, come along for the ride. To a time and place I could not forget if I tried. Always remember,
Melanie Abbott.
Never forget.
Amo, amas, amat.
Always remember. It was blue chiffon.
Never forget.
my SAT scores.
Then Ellen said, "You won. You're the new class president."
Blue chiffon with pink rosebuds.
When I think about high school, oh God, I don't even want to think about it.
Harriman High.
St. Agnes, Polytech.
Grover Cleveland Memorial High School.
It's like it never ended. I mean, what the hell was I doing last night dreaming about Richard Delavecchio?
She wasn't any better than I was, so why'd she get to be cheerleader?
My old long jump record still stands back at Oceanside.
I could do the splits, and she couldn't.
The hell with them! I didn't want to sit at their table anyway.
There he goes again.
We came this close to taking state.
There he goes again!
Charlie Rogers.
the rush of old sensations. Why the kid should wake and my heart should ache every time I smell carnations. Something rings a bell,
Anything at all.
all it takes is the slam of a locker, or the switch from summer to fall. The change of season seems barely reason, but there he goes again, humming his songs, fighting ancient wrongs, humming olden songs in my head, singing, come along, come along, come along for the ride. It was time to waste, I cannot forget if I tried. There's a kid inside, there's a kid inside, there's a kid inside. Always remember.
21 to the right, 12 to the left, 4 to the right.
Always remember.
What I wish is that I could live it all again.
I wish I'd never had to go through in the first place.
I don't want to sound like a fanatic or anything, but Mary Jo Drennan ruined my senior yearbook, and I'll never forgive her for it. On the front cover of the book, she wrote in big letters, "Roses are red, violets are blue. If I had your breath, I'd go live in a zoo." She wrote this with a green felt tip pen right on top of the picture of our school. When I saw what she wrote, I didn't want to let anyone sign my yearbook again or even look at it. I just stuffed it away in an old bookcase at home. And then last week, the mailman hands me this package. My mother had sent me the yearbook. She thought I should have it to show my kids. Well, I just wanted to get rid of it, but I figured sooner or later it'd come up again and something had to be done. So I bought a green felt tip pen and practiced imitating Mary Jo's handwriting. And then right after what she wrote, I put, "Ha ha, just kidding." What embarrasses me most isn't what she wrote. It's that I'm 28 years old and I still care.
I learned to count to 10 in French. I learned to cut a frog in two. I learned that showing how you feel can be a deadly thing to do. And the things I learned in high school, I carry with me still. The lessons taught, the stuff I thought, the junk I heard and the crap I bought, the things I learned in high school, the parts I learned to play, have made me what I am today. I learned the history of the world. I learned that something equals pi. I learned that giving up is fine as long as no one saw you try. And the things I learned in high school have been there ever since. The lessons taught, the feelings caught, the hopes I held and the fears I fought. The things I learned in high school have stuck along the way. They've made me what I am. Thanks a lot for all the lessons I learned. Picked it up, took it in, got it down on the spot. Thanks a lot to all the parties concerned for the great, well-rounded public education I got. I learned a lot of things a person might be better not to know. A A lot of junk I should have gotten rid of long ago. I learned a lot of facts that are no longer even so. But the things I learned in high school are with me all the same, in how I think and how I speak, and where I'm strong and where I'm weak, the playing cute, the acting tough, the nagging doubts, and enough's enough. The things I learned in high school cannot be wished away. They made me what I am today.
I decided the best way to deal with high school was to get rid of all the evidence. For starters, here's the old Harper High yearbook. That's a whole hell of a lot cheaper than therapy.
Here's a picture of Monica Ormus, the most popular girl at Yarborough High. And here's me, Harvey Bellerby, co-chairman of the Logarithm League. Yeah. Just before the final exam in senior algebra, Monica Ormus spoke to me for the first time ever. She asked me to cheat for her. What she wanted me to do was write down the answers on a piece of paper, let it fall to the floor, and then she'd drop a pencil, reach over, pick that up, pick up the answers too. And if I did this, she said she'd let me take her out sometime. This was my one chance, and I only had a second to decide. I was in pain, actual pain. I told her I couldn't. I didn't say that it was wrong or anything. I just said I couldn't do it. From that moment on, she never spoke to me again. But 2 years out of high school, I got stoned one night, and before I knew what I was doing, I decided that I would call her up. Oh, Jesus. I said, "Hello, Monica. This is Harvey Bellerby." And she said, "Who?" I said, "Harvey Bellerby from YHS?" "Oh," she said, "what do you want?" Well, I should have hung up. But what I said was, "Well, Monica, I just wanted to tell you, I've changed my mind."
Second thoughts. Second thoughts about.
Second thoughts about the friend I snubbed.
Second thoughts about the speech I flubbed.
Second thoughts about a creep named Todd. Second thoughts about Denise. Oh God.
Second thoughts about the fight I should have won.
Second thoughts of what I might have said and done.
While the chance was mine.
If I only found the words that night.
If I only had the guts to fight.
If I'd only checked the mic, who knows?
If I'd only called him back, just suppose.
If I'd only got the chance there and then.
If I only had the chance, if I only had the chance again. But school is out, there's nothing I can do a thing about. The game is over and there ain't a doubt. The score is final, where we stood is where we stand. Time ticks on, defines we're talking to herself in grown-up land. The chance is gone, I can't believe I let it slip right through my hands. If I knew then what I know now, what I would have said was,
Billy, oh, I'm sorry sorry I made you sore. You're still my best friend, okay? I'm such a jerk anyway. Forgive me about today.
What I would have done was
push the mic aside, get my tongue untied, knock 'em off their feet, and watch my landslide slide. I would have gone, yay, Judy, yay, Judy.
what I should have said was,
If you dunk me ever again, I'll bust your flippin' head, Todd. God, that would have been beautiful. That would have been.
Marguerite told me you were teed because you were convinced I got the lead, because Pepper would never break the heart of his pet. I got the part 'cause I'm better than you. It would have been beautiful.
it would have been beautiful.
Give her what she wanted. I should have known enough to give her what she wanted. She said it was safe, the safest time. She said safe. Didn't know what she meant, but that was the way it went. If I only was
Half as good in high school as I am in my second class. Half as good in high school as I am. What I would have said was, what I should have said was,
if you don't me ever again, I'll bust your flippin' head.
if I only was half as good in high school as I am in my second class. Half as good in high school as I am in my second class. What I should have said was,
If you don't me ever
We had this thing at my school called Daisy Days. It was the last week of the year, and there was always a daisy princess chosen from all of the senior girls. On a certain day in June, every single one of us had to walk across the auditorium stage in front of everybody and say our names into a microphone. This was supposed to be another example of democracy in action. Well, the teachers would write down the names of the 6 prettiest girls, and then we'd all get to vote on them for Daisy Princess. That way, nobody was overlooked. I still remember exactly what I wore on Elimination Day. I imagine we all do. What I remember most, though, is Nancy Dugan. She was the tallest girl in our class, taller than most of the boys even. While the rest of us paraded across that stage and tried to smile as we said our names into the microphone, she had the guts to go up there and say, "My name is Nancy Dugan, and I decline the nomination."
I was voted best public speaker.
I was voted friendliest.
I was voted student council president.
I was voted best dancer.
I was the one who tallied the votes.
I didn't win any awards or prizes. And I know winning was the name of the game in high school. And if you couldn't point to some kind of trophy, you weren't really anybody. Still, there was this one time at a track meet when there were about 6 guys out in front of me, and someone in the crowd yelled out my name.
Come on, Sammy! You can do it, Sammy!
I only took 3rd that day, but hearing that guy yell my name has got to be the best moment of my whole life.
I was standing on the third step of the north staircase. I even remember the step. That's how important it was. When Jack Soloway told me he thought I was sexy. We both blushed, and then I had to run to my next class, and I spent the whole period writing the word sexy over and over again in my notebook. It was the most thrilling thing that had ever happened to me. I remember thinking, I could die happy now. No matter what else happens to me ever again, I can always tell myself, Jack Soloway said I was sexy.
I was cleaning out my wallet the other night when I found this picture of my old high school girlfriend. So I tossed it. Who needs that kind of thing, right? Well, it's 3 a.m. I'm down on my hands and knees in a garage, sniffing through the contents of a garbage can. Now picture my wife asking me what I'm doing. Oh.
He asked me over to his house. I wore Suzanne's embroidered blouse. I still remember that night, and nothing really even happened. Talks of truth, we told some lies. He brushed the hair away from my eyes. It felt so dangerous then, and nothing really even happened. Funny the things you think about, funny the things you don't, funny the things that fade away, funny the things that won't. The girl I tried so hard to hide, the woman waking up inside. The way I pictured his bed, the scenes I saw in my head. Wonder if I should write him, wonder if I should call. I wonder if he'd remember at all. I wonder if he'd remember at all. A million years ago tonight, the TV glowed in black and white. And I remember that girl alone with that boy. And I remember that night when nothing really
Just picture this. It's 3:15, and everybody from the whole school knows what's going to happen. There are like 100 kids out back in the parking lot just waiting to see me cream Eddie Rondello. The tension is terrific, because everybody knows it's like him or me, you understand? So I say to him, okay, you ready?
And I said, you bet I am, you jerk.
So I take off my shirt, see, and he takes off his.
Timmy said he'd referee, but where's Timmy? Nobody knows. So I said, to hell with the referee. Let's get on with it. Kids started backing away, and I came at Doyle like crazy. My first punch was a beauty. Whammo! There was this huge roar from the crowd, and I was feeling good. Really good.
First, I don't think he's got me. He goes swinging away like the moron he is, using up all his energy in the first 2 minutes. I'm like, letting on like he's really giving it to me. The whole time I'm thinking, that's it, Eddie. Just use up all your energy. And like in 2 minutes, when he's all done, and except for the fact I got like a little blood coming out of my ear, I'm fresh as a daisy.
Some girl started screaming because she sees I clipped him on the ear and he was staggering around with blood all over him. She was screaming, "Stop it, stop it, stop it!" And then I made my big mistake. She yelled, "You're murdering him!" And in the split second I turned to her, Doyle grabs me by the knees, topples me to the blacktop, and starts pounding me.
And I go like, bam, bam, bam. You give, you give, you give.
If she hadn't made me turn away.
Say it. What are you? Say it.
Doyle was good, though. I got to give him that.
Then I got scared all of a sudden because I could see he was unconscious. The rest is kind of a blur. Patsy ran up, put her arms around me. I remember that for sure. And then he opened his eyes. I mean, thank God. I could have murdered him.
I never said, "I give." That's the thing. I wouldn't. I think he respected that, though.
After the fight, of course, I was like a king.
I could have beat him. I could have beat him. And he knew it, too.
Eddie?
Jerry Doyle.
Long time no see,
Hey,
fella.
how you doing? What did you do this? How are you? What have you been up to? See, just business.
He looks so handsome, so, I don't know, just the way I'd hoped, I guess. Not like a man or a boy all dressed up in formal clothes. It's like a man.
It was the last time I saw her. The last good time, anyway, before college. We had a fight afterwards about something, but that night was beautiful. Really beautiful.
Mary Ann and I, we didn't go to the prom, but sometimes I wish we had. She said she just wanted to stay at home and talk, and besides, she said prom was the chance for the rich kids to show off their money, and she thought that was stupid. That was the night Mary Ann got pregnant. She still says she's glad we didn't go to the dance, and I say, yeah, me too. High school ended real fast, you know. Like right now it seems like light years away.
It really was the happiest night of my life. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining or anything. I just know that nothing is ever going to be as wonderful or as scary or as romantic as the senior prom.
At my school, the prom had to be canceled due to a power outage. I recommended that this be made an annual tradition.
I had a dream the other night that someone found out that I didn't have the classes that were necessary for graduation. So I had to go back to school to make up the work. Well, I sat down in the classroom and in the desk, that was way too small for me. And I look around and no one even noticed that I was different from the rest of them. Then there was Miss Delaney, my old American Problems teacher. She started handing out these test booklets. When I got the cover, I looked at it, and there are these obscene pictures of people doing horrible things to one another. I didn't know what to do. Should I tell Miss Delaney and call attention to myself? Or should I let it be? In that case, she probably thought that I drew them. Well, since they were in pencil, I just thought I'd erase them, right? Well, by the time I got one erased, I noticed another, and another, and another. Before too long, the bell rang, and Miss Delaney started collecting the test booklets, and I didn't know what to do because I didn't open my test. I didn't even know what the test was about. What's worse is all the pictures are still there. Well, she started getting closer, and I didn't know what to do, so I started tearing up the test booklets and shoving the pieces in my mouth as fast as possible. But there she was. And she went, "Now, where's your test booklet, James? What have you done with it?" And that was it. I woke up in a cold sweat and I wanted to yell out, "I ate it, okay? I ate it!" But I could never speak back to Miss Delaney. Not my whole life.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Once upon a time, I used to believe that you could cover up your pimples with Clearasil, and nobody would ever know they were there.
I believed that trigonometry was gonna come in handy someday.
I believed that people who violated the dress code were born troublemakers and deserved whatever punishment they got.
When I was a sophomore, I believed in the honor system. When I was a junior, I believed in getting into college.
I believe that a woman's virginity is a pearl of great price. I believe that boys lost their respect for a girl if she didn't tell them when to stop. Still, when Jerry Geller went to Panama as an exchange student, and I really wanted him to know how I felt about him, and he was so good looking and sweet and kind of shy, and he said that if we both wanted to, that it couldn't be wrong. Well, I decided that I believed in Jerry Geller.
Used to be on a Saturday night, my two buddies and me, we get high as a kite. And I'm telling you, we were a hell of a sight, drunk as a skunk in May. Never took a lot, just a six-pack of beer, but it worked in a shot, put us right on our rear. And the talk, it was not what you're likely to hear down at the local PTA. Oh man, we were something to see. On a half of a can, we were gone as can be. We were made in Japan, my two buddies and me, drinking the night away. La 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 la. Now I'm halfway through my 32nd year, and I still get thirsty for a can of beer. But I don't go crazy like a kid, don't go bananas the way we did. I can drink all night before it even shows. Now when I get loaded, no one ever knows. Only trouble is it doesn't feel like it used to feel. La 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 la
Hey guys, I got some Schlitz for you. Here you go.
All right, on three. Oh, wait. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
But it doesn't feel.
No, it doesn't feel.
Take me back to those Saturday nights. I'm telling you, Jack, if they had any flights,
I would fly.
to feel a feeling that was 10 out of 10.
I would fly.
To get to where my life was easy again.
I could fly.
To buy the beers and meet my buddies and then open a can and chug a lug away and get
What I remember most about high school is my mother telling me not to worry because nobody ever asked me out. I was a late bloomer, she said. And I thought, oh, what if I never bloom? Then, one day in the spring of my junior year, Ricky Dalton, who was captain of the swimming team and used to sing solos with the Glee Club, came up to me in the hall and asked if I could go out with him on Saturday. And I said yes. Oh, I was so happy and nervous and excited until, well, the very next morning, I found out exactly why he had asked me. I got a pink slip in homeroom, which meant that I had to go see the girls' vice principal. I had never gotten a pink slip before, and I used to think that those who had were in deep trouble. Oh, I was so sick to my stomach, even though I knew I hadn't done anything wrong, but when third period came around, I went to the office. Miss Haskell said, she said that there was something written about me in one of the boys' lavatories, and was it true? I began to cry. I could hardly talk, and I was so sick, but Miss Haskell just kept saying, is it true? Is it true? Is it true? Finally, I said, no, it wasn't. And she said that was all right then. But if it happened again, I would be put on probation. I told her that I understood, and I thanked her. I thanked her. Well, that was only high school. You survive those things. You do not forget them, but you survive them. And besides, my mother was right. It took me till college to believe it, but I was a late bloomer.
Gym class. Anybody remember gym class? You do 400 push-ups in 45 seconds, or some Neanderthal threatens to shove a jockstrap down your throat. And there's always this one phoebe who just can't do anything right. In our class, he was Joel the Jelly Roll, who was like the phoebe of all times. I mean, he couldn't catch, he couldn't throw. Buckowitz, our gym teacher, said he was the biggest screw-up he'd ever seen in all his life. He was so fat.
How fat was he?
He was so fat that when he got benched, nobody else could be. You want to know how he got his name? One day in the locker room, one of the guys grabs this jelly roll thing out of Joel's lunch, and we start dancing around with it. Joel, Joel, jelly roll. Joel, Joel, a jelly roll. The topper, though, was when Danny shoves this jelly roll thing in Joel's face and makes him eat it. I nearly fell over from laughing so hard. I think back on stuff like that, and I crack up all over again. My wife hates it when I tell that story. It's not funny, Barry. It's not funny. Well, you had to be there, you know? You just had to be there.
I ran to beat the bell with those people every day for 4 years. Raced around the track, measured back to back, lived with them for 4 years. You say goodbye and then you go your separate ways. But time and time again, there they are in the haze. Sometimes it's like they're watching as I go on. Day out, day in, I lose, I win, and somehow I feel I do it for them. Why should I still be bothered? When will the ghosts be gone? How can I feel my life is real when half of the time I do it for them? I wonder.
What would they think of me now?
I wonder.
How would I measure up now?
Wonder.
Even the years have gone by.
What would they think of me?
I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know. I wanna know.
I sound like a broken record, endlessly spinning on, running my race, my foolish chases, only to find I do it for them, always for them. Looking back over my shoulder for them.
I was writing my dissertation of the parameters of the social interaction of American adolescent society. The central thesis is this. Well, put most simply, people who gave me grief in high school deserve to end up on a barbecue spit in the deepest pit of hell.
Rita Morrison once told me that being beautiful was a 24-hour-a-day job, and that sometimes she wished she could be more casual about her appearance, the way I was.
Oh, here he is. Here he is. Most outstanding senior athlete, Jay Steinhaus. Oops, I ripped his head off.
He's a used car salesman now. This creep who used to call me Little Miss Tiny. I can't wait to run into him again. He'll say, "So, what are you doing now?" And I'll say, "I'm teaching at the university." And then I'll say, And what are you doing now? And when he tells me that he's selling used cars, I'll say, well, I'm so glad. That's just where a schmuck like you belongs.
I demand an apology from every single person in my class for not recognizing what a great guy I was. What's more, I'm not going to accept this apology. I demand to walk down the hall in a leather sweater and have everybody smile at me. I demand to be student body president. I demand to be cute. I demand to be awarded a full athletic scholarship to the college of my choice. I demand... I don't want it now. I wanted it then.
Today I was crowned the homecoming queen, and Jeff was the football king. I wore my floor-length formal from the junior prom last spring. Before the game was played, we led a big parade, and we had a 50-yard line coronation. All the kids were cheering as we walked out on the field, and there were people taking pictures everywhere. The stands were filled to bursting, and the seniors raised a banner, and Jeff pointed to our names up in the air. The marching band was playing, and the kids all threw confetti, and I feel like I still have some in my hair.
April 16th, 1983. The carpeting came and so did the rug we bought for the bedroom floor. Jeff really got a bargain with his discount through the store. I love the wall-to-wall. The baby had a ball when the men were here to do the installation. All the kids were cheering as we walked out on the field, and there were people taking pictures everywhere. The stands were filled to bursting, and the seniors raised a banner, and Jeff pointed to our names up in the air. The marching band was playing, and the kids all threw confetti, and I feel like I still have some in my hair. August 3rd, 1989. This morning I found a note on the bed. It said, "You are getting fat." I quickly dressed Melinda, refed the stupid cat. We caught a show at noon, a feature-length cartoon. It's amazing what they do.